This is feature minor. So spacesuits prove that space is not real. So when you look at the design of spacesuits, for them to work, they would have to be hard suits, more like middle, B-movie type looking spacesuits where you would have this suit that's made of iron, kind of like how Iron Man would look or something. You wouldn't have a spacesuit that's soft fabric and it not expand and blow up like a balloon like the Michelin Man or something. So this information has been circulating for a while. I believe Mark Sargent first broke this information, and so as you look more into it, it starts to make a lot more sense. It seems like a very simple thing to look into. I mean, would this prove that space is not real? I mean, it looks like this is something that we could do as an experiment and figure out. But the only thing is, it's a very dangerous experiment. So I guess you can't really perform it because you would have to put someone's life at risk. Because if you put someone in a soft spacesuit and put them in a vacuum chamber, what would happen? Would they start to blow up like a Michelin Man? And what would happen to the person inside of that? Would the person be able to survive that test? So that's the only way that you would be able to prove this, I guess. But could you try this test without putting a human inside of it, maybe, and see what happens? Maybe put some type of dummy in a spacesuit or something and see what happens. I mean, what type of technology is keeping a spacesuit from expanding and blowing up like a balloon once you get into that low pressure? So basically, this is the same issue they have with the high altitude balloons. When you let a balloon off into the sky, eventually the balloon gets to a point where it can't go up anymore. They're saying somewhere around 30 miles, and that's where the balloon will max out. And if it goes any further, I guess, is where you're gonna have issues with it expanding too much. And if you have soft fabric of any kind at a certain altitude, well, then you're gonna have the same results every time, where the soft fabric would expand and blow up like a balloon, and it would eventually burst. So this is a very interesting proof, and maybe more people should start looking more into this, because this would definitely prove that space is not real. That means all of the footage that we've been seeing of these astronauts on these spacewalks and working on things on the ISS would be invalid. And the reason why they decided to go with the soft fabric spacesuits is because most people don't know about stuff like this, I guess. I mean, they figure the average person isn't gonna even be thinking about something like this. So just look at the astronauts on TV and, go along with whatever they see on TV. And the reason why they didn't make the hard barrier suits is because, well, how could you have the astronaut climbing up a ladder and being able to use his fingers? How could you have astronauts even assemble the ISS in suits that are very clunky and not very movable? Because at this point, no one really has an Iron Man suit that's fully functional where you can actually use your joints and, move around properly. So far, no one has ever seen a suit like that. So for NASA, they figured, well, we better just put them in a suit that would make sense for TV, for TV purposes. And that's what they did. So that's why you got the moon landing, and you have all the footage with these astronauts playing golf and driving cars and doing all this stuff on the moon. And then, like I said, with the ISS, you'll have astronauts working on things on the ISS and climbing ladders and, things like that. And you wouldn't be able to get that footage if physics was involved in the real science of how a spacesuit would work. And we know that, well, according to research, this would be an impossible thing for astronauts to be able to wear suits like that without it blowing up, because they do try to say that there's some secret technology in these spacesuits. I saw some video before of these spacesuits, and they were showing how, well, they can't show you what's inside of these spacesuits. They're acting like there's some type of secret technology, I guess, just to make sure that just in case someone starts thinking about stuff like this, that maybe you just dismiss it and say, well, there must be some type of secret technology in these spacesuits to keep them from expanding out like a Michelin balloon man and, bursting. So yeah, when it comes down to it, spacesuits do not work in outer space. And this is the same concept, kind of like how you need a hard barrier to keep the atmosphere in when it comes to the oxygen that we're breathing, which is made up of different gases. So, you know, for us to be able to have this air and atmosphere and stuff like that without it flowing up into the vacuum of space, you would also need a hard barrier, which is why people say that there's some type of firmament barrier above as well. So it's kind of a similar and related issue. But yeah, when it comes down to it, the spacesuit would not work in outer space. And this is the concept that's been floating around for some time now. And we're just not really getting to cover it on this channel. So I thought I'd just share this with you all and see what you think about it. I thought it was pretty interesting. And yeah, this alone would debunk outer space, period. So there is no outer space according to this research, unless someone can demonstrate someone getting in a soft fabric suit and getting a vacuum chamber. But I think this is a very strong proof that outer space is not real. And so let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm gonna leave some links for you so you can do more research with me. I'll also leave links to my other channels, my social media, my Feed Your Mind store, my free email newsletters, and much more. If you would like to support this channel, please donate as little as $1 to help keep this channel online by becoming a YouTube member or a monthly patron. Your support will really help. And plus, let's try to get 500 to 1,000 likes on this video. That'd be a big help. So thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been Feed Your Mind signing off.